Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Or, if it's your first time, welcome to my channel. So, today's going to be a very simple video. I'm not going to be going over a whole lot of stuff. I just wanted to put something out to keep it simple. And I am going to be drawing blood. That's it. Just blood. Nothing else. So as you can see, a lot of this painting is pretty much already done. I started drawing this before I thought about doing a YouTube channel, and well, as you can see, it's over, I want to say, two-thirds of the way finished. Not quite completely, but it's close. Also, it's pretty explicit, as you can see by the censor bars, and YouTube is a bit iffy on that kind of content unless you put up a disclaimer, because putting a disclaimer somehow makes it okay. And you know how many videos I've found that would otherwise be flagged but are able to be up because they have a disclaimer? See-through clothing try-on hauls are just one example of acceptable nudity, as long as there's a warning that it's for educational purposes. I don't know how educational it is just to see someone put on articles of clothing. Like, who doesn't know how to put on a shirt? Yeah, they're advertisements for their OnlyFans. Like, come on, don't bullshit people. No, really, go look some up. Just put on see-through clothing haul try-on, and you'll find some interesting stuff. Or don't look for it. You know, it's up to you. They're probably some of the most disingenuous, whatever, I'm not editing this, videos out there under the educational purposes banner of bullshit. But I digress. Let's get back to the art. Man, maybe I will edit this, I don't know. So blood. I love blood. I love drawing blood. Man, that makes me sound like a weirdo. I'm a horror artist, whatever, fuck it. I'd say about a good two-thirds of everything I draw has some kind of blood or gore. It's not that I do it to be edgy or controversial. I genuinely do find copious amounts of gore visually appealing. I grew up with 80s horror movies. I've worked in plenty of emergency service type jobs. I'm used to seeing that kind of stuff. There's just something about exposed anatomy that's just more raw and real to me. Unfortunately, stuff like that isn't widely accepted, so I have to pick and choose what I can or can't show. So not all of my art is going to end up having a full tutorial. I kind of have to think ahead of time if I'm going to start something from the beginning for a full YouTube tutorial vid. Even if I want to do that stuff, it's kind of something new that I started. Haven't been really doing this that long. So yeah, again, as you've noticed, yes, I did put up censor bars on this to keep it YouTube safe. Plus, this video is for educational purposes for those that want to learn how to paint blood and gore, and just kind of see my process. So yeah, unlike videos of those OnlyFans models putting up wet napkins, you might actually learn something here. I'll leave the comments on too, so give me all your love and your hate. It's fun either way. So, blood. Jesus. The first thing to note when I draw blood is that I like to pick a red neutral tone on the darker side of things. On the color picker, usually it's kind of the red that's in the middle. I find that using too bright of a red makes it look like a cheap 70s horror movie. You know, those bad B-grade horror movies where the blood is like almost orange, bright red, and looks like radioactive ketchup. Too dark, and it looks less like blood and more like brake fluid. Picking the right red to start with is key. So you can always brighten or darken it afterwards. That's not really an issue. Do it in post-production. When drawing those sweet, sweet rivers of crimson, I try and keep in mind consistency. Blood is semi-thick and viscous like syrup when it streams out either from open wounds or, in this case, from her lips and splashed onto her hands and feet and other nether regions that are censored. I try to keep it flowing in the same consistent direction and have it move over whatever surface of whatever object it is. So in this case, it's going to be skin. You'll notice I do a lot of layering too. With her mouth, I tried to keep it kind of clean, just focusing on what's flowing out from between her lips and over her tongue as, hey, she's a vampire. This is also based on the very first vampire book ever written, Carmilla. Kind of took that as inspiration. Very loose inspiration since this doesn't actually happen in the book, but for those of you that have read it, it should seem familiar. So with her hands and feet, I wanted something a bit messier, almost like she was playing with her food. I just pick a brush anywhere between 0 to 50% hardness at about 25 to 50% opacity, and I just go apeshit all over until I get a decent amount of red splotching going on. That's what's going to be the bottom layer of smeared bloodstains. And to get the right look, I use the burn tool, like I always do, until it looks stained and kind of shaded enough to use an eraser at 20% opacity and 0% hardness to erase away and kind of pull back until it has a nice neutral blend on her skin. More like blood stains and not like splotches, if that makes any sense. It's also 3:30 in the morning, so I may be a little delirious. So I'll go back and forth between layering blood streams and blood stains until I get the look and amount of blood that I want. So on the bottom layer, it's going to be more stained blood. The top layer, I do kind of the streams of blood. So to get the right tone, I try and shade along the same shadow lines as the figure. Think of the blood layers. It is a liquid, and it is going to be a separate object, and I still treat it like an actual object, so there is going to be shading and highlights that does go into it. The last thing I do, depending on lighting and stuff like that, is I add specular highlights. So I'll take a brush tool at about 90% opacity and maybe 80% hardness, and I just start to dot the edges or inner drips where light would reflect off of a liquid surface, just with pure just white paint, a white color, just white. It's going to be shine. I don't worry too much about how jarring it looks, since I blur it with Gaussian blur anyway to give a good painterly look, usually at about maybe 2 to 4 pixels. Areas that are more exposed to light, like her mouth and chin, I'll leave a bit brighter. Areas like her hands and feet, I pull the layer opacity down and erase away some highlights until I get something that I'm happy with. And really, that's all there is when it comes to drawing blood. It's very simple, but it does take more than just one layer. The thing I love about it is that if I'm feeling lazy and want to move on to another painting, I'll cover half-assed areas in copious amounts of blood. This one, though, I was already planning on making into a bloody, vampiric, erotic work of art, again, inspired by the novella Carmilla, written by Sheridan Le Fanu back in 20 years before Bram Stoker's Dracula came out, so I don't know the exact year, but I know it was 20 years before that. If you're a fan of vampire books and haven't read it, you really need to. It's literally the book that started the vampire craze. So yeah, this lovely lady is inspired by that book. Well, that's all there really is to this quick bite of a video. Get it? Quick bite? Oh man, yeah, it's definitely 3:30 in the morning. When it comes to adult content, I'll probably start those paintings and videos after I draw the initial sketch and naughty stuff, since I'm sorry, but I'm not turning censor bars constantly on and off just for YouTube. If you want to see how I start drawings from scratch, from a blank canvas with nothing, For those of you that, oh look, he already has a drawing done, I have videos up too. Go ahead and check out some of my other videos. And if you like what I do, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help and kind of gives me a reason to keep doing this, even though I'm still going to do it anyway. I only plan to get worse from here on out. May the gore be with you. And go ahead and check out my links in the description down below. I got stuff to my all my socials. I don't know, whatever, Twitter, X, whatever the hell it's called now. I'll link my. I'm on Blue Sky too, Patreon, Facebook, all of them, just whatever. Check it out, and I will see you on the next one. Take it easy.